What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Real Deal Sports. Usual guys are here. Myself, we got Big John and one side, and Brother John. Big Walt on one side. Excuse me, and Brother John on the other. Why you rubbing your beard? You good?
I was wondering where you were going with all this. I thought you were going to say some Tiger Woods or something else
No,
that you're.
he already know he looked like a
Yeah, he
cat.
had the jokes earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Did you guys ever watch? Did you guys ever
I
watch
ain't gotta
Parks?
tell him he looked like a cat. He know that.
Did you guys ever watch that Parks and Rec show with? I know Chris Pratt was in it. Crap, I almost said Amy Schumer, but someone else. Whatever. Anyway, not Amy Schumer. Anyway, Amy Poehler. Amy Poehler. Anyway, whatever. One of the main guys, every time he, I don't know how to put this lightly, but every time he gets some, he comes in wearing a bright red polo, and so I thought, maybe it's been a good day. Maybe Walt made some financial success or something. I don't know. It's
It was a
celebration shirt.
productive day. I didn't get any yet.
Oh. I'm glad to hear us with the
But yeah, it was a productive day. You know, we went outside, enjoyed the weather. So, I didn't have this on earlier though. It's just I guess I just put this on for the show, maybe. I don't know. It's just
Hey, Buckeye Nation. That's all that matters.
there it is.
Not Sooner Nation, but we'll talk about that another day.
Never
Uh,
before ripping up bucks.
yeah, I see him. He ain't never wore that shirt until today. How convenient.
Oh man, how about the Bucks, huh?
So speaking of the NBA playoffs, first topic, man, the Brooklyn Nets, the preseason favorite, along with the Lakers, to meet each other in the finals. The Brooklyn Nets are currently down 0-3, round one, to the Boston Celtics. Well, we're gonna start with you, man. What's going wrong for the Nets? What's not working?
I don't know, man. I just waiting to hear all them KD fans talking about best player in the world, though. Like, ooh, what's going? I don't know what's going on with the Nets, though. Honestly, I mean, it seems like the Celtics are being like physical with KD and Kyrie. The defense is just impeccable, honestly. And I will say this: it's unfair that people are trying to compare the Celtics defense to the defense that LeBron played in 2018. Only because they were young then, you know what I'm saying, and they didn't have the same chemistry that they have now. So it's a lot of people that's saying that, oh, LeBron did this against. I mean, KD can't do this with Kyrie against this Celtics. It's two completely different teams from 2018 and now. So
They had a lot more firepower back then, though. Although, like you said, they were young.
I mean, yeah, they did, but at the same time, Tatum and Jay Brown wasn't like how they are now. You feel me? And neither is Marcus Smart. So that's not fair to say. But at the same time, this is supposed to be the dynamic duel. The best dynamic duel. Oh, when they hear that ish, man, this is terrible. This is terrible. The Nets, they supposed to be a finals contending team. KD is supposed to be supposedly the best player in the world. He's got 17 turnovers throughout these 3 games. That's terrible. It's terrible. Terrible. He went 0 for 10 the last game, second half of the last game. And that's unacceptable for, the person that's the best player in the world. But, I don't know. The Nets is bad. They got to win this game or it's over with, clearly. So, hey, John, go ahead, man.
What you got, John?
We got, shout out to our 32 subscribers, but we got a lot of feedback this week on this specific topic, right? A lot of people were saying right now they would rather have Brandon Ingram than Kevin Durant. And like, that's a strong thing because I don't know a single GM out there that would take Brandon Ingram right now over Kevin Durant. But right now, Brandon Ingram is working harder for his shots. And that's the thing is with KD is it feels like he's relying on his talent. He knows he's super talented. He knows he can just turn it on at any time. But I assume he knows that, but we don't see it from him. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like he's not working hard to get to his spots and get, make the right plays. It seems like he's just trying to, most of his shots he's taking just as soon as he catches the ball. If he gets the rebound, he just goes straight back up wherever he is on the floor. He just goes up with it. If he catches it, he just shoots right then. Like, he's not really putting the ball on the floor and attacking and all that stuff. And we get it a little bit here and there, but he's becoming a little reliant on his talent, which is an insane amount of talent. But one thing I think isn't getting talked about enough is Steve Nash has not gotten any slam for this. Why not? Why not? Because here's the thing, man. This guy finally went to his bench, and Blake Griffin came out and was a big spark for them pulling back in that game. And then, of course, he sends him back to the bench, and then Kyrie and Durant lose it again. But, like, they came back into that game because he finally went to the guys who want to play basketball, want to, fight for rebounds, go for blocks, and get open and say. So, I don't know, man. I think the fact that he is not using his bench at all makes me think that he isn't the coach. Like, Kyrie and Durant can just stay out there as long as they want and do as little as they want, and without any, repercussion. So I think Steve Nash needs to be the coach, or else this team is, they're going to get swept.
Kyrie said they don't need a coach.
Yeah.
Kyrie is the one who ran out the last coach, ran the last guy out of town. He came out and said he was. He came out and said, he pretty much admitted he ran the last coach out of town, and I liked the last coach. I thought the last coach built this team from nothing, and then as soon as it got some talent, they ripped it away from him, sort of like out of the Warriors. So, like, I feel like, you know what, you put this team together, there's no excuse, but Steve Nash has to be a coach at some point.
Oh, I don't mean to cut you off, but just going back to one of our subscribers, I want to say, I think it's Jarrell. I think he was commenting on saying that BI wasn't being consistent. Me saying he wasn't being consistent, meaning record-wise, because I know he's putting up the numbers, but I'm just saying, like, record-wise, it just seemed like, I understand he's putting up the numbers, but I need to see it, a better record with the Pelicans. That's what I was saying. So, that's like I said, I like that y'all is commenting, and I'm gonna definitely make sure that I'm gonna bring it up too. So I'm watching.
Yeah, I definitely. It looks bad, man. Brooklyn looks bad. This is, you were supposed to be one of the favorites, and like people have been saying, as far as LeBron, they say his stint with the Lakers is bad, but what would you say about Kevin Durant's stint in Brooklyn? They haven't made it out the second round. They're not going to make it to the second round this year from the looks of it. It's, I think he bit off more than he could chew. Same thing with Kawhi. These are the guys that, they kept saying would take the throne from LeBron, but let's be honest, LeBron makes it look easy. And everybody else assumes they can do it until you have to actually do it. Even with Giannis, he's looking good against the Bulls. But, the Bulls are small. They've always been small.
How hard was that to say for you right now?
What?
Hey, let's talk about that.
Hold on. Wait, what?
No,
what you just said?
No, I'm a realist. Come on, no, it's not hard to see. I'm a realist.
I got to get on you every time we talk about
if the Bears play a team that's better than them, the Bears are playing a team that's better. That's with any of the Chicago teams. I'm not one of them fans that, they're going to win by 30. No, they're not. Even when, the Bears play the Packers, it's going to be tough. The Bears win, I'll be shocked. Same thing with Milwaukee. They played them well in first two games. They got to Chicago and all of a sudden forgot how to play basketball. You would think the loss of Middleton would help the Bulls, but it really hurt them. You can't even get out. You can't even score more than 80.
You can't outscore. By the way, yeah, they've been beaten by the last two games by Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
But so let's talk about because after game 2, man, remember when DeRozan attacked the basket at the end of
Yeah.
game 2, put the game away, and got the foul, and then just laid there for a second? At that moment, I looked. I don't know who. Maybe it was my wife or something. I was like, they're done. They are done. Like this dude used everything he had for this game. And it feels evident with these last 2 games. I mean, he was spent when he went to the basket. Like he didn't lay there for like the cameras and all that stuff, like a lot, Embiid will do or other guys. He laid there and he was dead. Like you could see it in his face, man. He was just dead. And I thought that's a bad sign for the Bulls because if the only guy who's going to put this team on his shoulders and take over a game is dead, like you're done because I don't see Levine taking over a game. I don't see Vucevic taking over.
He hasn't done it the whole playoffs. It's been a DeRozan and Vucevic show.
Yeah, it don't help that Caruso hurt now too again. So
Right, and then you don't have Ball out there, someone that can facilitate things. It's and then you small. I'll keep going back to it. You're small. I think Vooch is the tallest guy on the team.
Yeah, I think having Lonzo Ball would have been a huge factor for this series. I really still do believe that. I know they had kind of the same record with him and without him, but you could just feel like they gelled a little better with him there at the starting point guard. I felt, and I do feel like that's missing. But listen, every team is missing players here and there, so no excuses, man. You gotta step up, and they're just not.
No, but he's an important piece. He's a very important piece. Same
True,
thing.
but you're getting whooped by Grayson Allen and company. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like
But we
Giannis
just
is rolling
talked about
down,
Levine
destroying
not stepping up. He's been a non-factor. His best game was today. And then, you talking about you want the max. It's like, but you're not playing like one. He, even watching him today, he was very timid. He didn't want to take certain shots or didn't want to try to drive to the hole. It's like, bruh, it's the playoff.
yeah, I think they held him to like only 8 points until like the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you doing? If you're supposed to be the second option or third option, the Vooch.
supposed to be second.
I mean, yeah, but if Vooch is cooking, he's cooking. In game 1 and 2, he was cooking. I don't know what happened with 3 and 4, but it's a problem.
Man, hey, if y'all need some height, y'all better put a double T out there. Tristan Thompson, man. Hey.
I mean, I would have rather. This is my craziness, but I wouldn't have mind him starting just to put a body on Giannis.
Something.
So that's
just getting his way. I think he can get his way. Everybody else is just lighting the pants. Let's be honest.
By the way, y'all actually getting beat by your old boy Clinton Portis, man. He destroyed y'all on the board the other night.
Bobby Portis is going crazy.
But I mean, I wish they would have kept him, but he got into the little scuffle with Mirotic. I always liked him. I think he was one of them diamond in the roughs that the Bulls.
Yeah, but once Mirotic left, they should have kept him. But
I mean, I would have. Honestly, I might have let go of Mirotic and kept Bobby. Now it might look bad that you're condoning violence, but hey, he can. Like anything else, he can play. He can play.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody would have said that. Listen,
you got to think if somebody punched somebody in the face, you'd be like, all right, we keep you, although you punched him in the face, but we're gonna let go of a dude that got the broken jaw. It's a bad look.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying you brought in because you brought in Laurie. Because I'm talking about right. So like dudes fight all the time in the league, and they get suspended for a game or a couple games, right? You don't let the dude go because he got to fight, right?
That's another team. It ain't his own teammate.
Right, but I'm saying the thing with him was we already brought in Lauri Markkanen, so we didn't need Mirotic at that time. It was 2 of the same player. Then we got Vucevic, which is another the same player.
Like, he broke somebody's jaw.
No, I know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about on a basketball perspective.
Though. Oh, okay. I'm
you were bringing in. I'm saying you let go of him because you're bringing in Lauri, and but you don't let him go. You don't let Bobby go until you bring in your Tristan. Now you have your Tristan. You don't even play him.
No, so but even then, Bobby still has, he still got that dog in him, and he got a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm about to say you definitely can't compare Bobby and Tristan together. That's 2 completely different.
And Bobby's a better scorer.
Absolutely.
Tristan ain't. You ain't
in the playoffs. in the playoffs, you play your starters more, right? Their
You do.
minutes go from
You have
like
a smaller
30.
rotation.
Yeah, they go from like 32 to 34. All of a sudden now in the playoffs, they're playing 38, 40 minutes a game.
True.
But if it's not getting done, then you have to go to your bench. And that's the thing we're seeing with a lot of these teams. They're not going to their benches. Let's talk about some of these other games, though. Like, let's talk about.
No. We ain't talking about no other game. We talking about.
No, let's talk about James Harden.
No,
Like,
wait, relax. My light skin brother.
well, we've been on the Bulls for like a minute now.
You wanted to talk about him. I was gonna go straight.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about him, but not all night.
So look. Before I was rudely interrupted. No,
All right.
we're gonna talk about Walt's favorite series, man. Philly versus Toronto. Now Philly's up currently 3-1. Toronto survived yesterday. They survived by a little, but they survived.
Mhm.
And James Harden has not been playing up to his expectations. Although they're winning, it's not making news because they're winning. But this next round, James Harden got to do something. He can't be scoring 16 points in the game and just thinking we good. Because
No,
the next round is you play Miami the next round. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
And Joel Embiid, Miami probably the kind of team that's gonna let him get his, but Maxey ain't gonna be going for no damn 38. Tobias, they're gonna try to lock him down as best as they can. So he's gonna have to step up this next round. But what do you guys take on James Harden's I mean, you can call it a slump, but you can't because they winning. But his poor performance so far.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's just James Harden being James Harden still. Just going back to Houston days, OKC days. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is with Harden when it comes to the playoffs. Why he performs well in a regular season, but can't perform in the postseason. But honestly, it's still, even if like you say, they're going to win this next game, but the next round is going to be tough because I just found out today that Embiid got a ligament tear in his finger.
Yeah, in his hand. Yeah.
So that's going to be tough in itself. And I'm not sure if it's in his shooting hand or not, but either way, that's gonna be tough because especially going against the Heat, man. Because that team is loaded, man. They loaded with shooters, defense, offense, whatever you need, man. They got it. So and like you said,
they got a lot of depth. They got a lot of depth.
Yeah. So I mean, even if Embiid, gets his, like you said, it's gonna be kind of tough for Maxey to still get his. Tobias, the rest of the Harden. Still, who knows if he's still, going to have the same struggles, but more than likely he probably is. But it's just like I said, Harden being Harden at this point. Like I said, I don't know why Harden struggles in the postseason, but he does. So
yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be shocked, but I'd be surprised if they win the next series. Matter of fact, if they don't win this next game, they're actually in a lot of trouble because they need to win this game because they need that rest. Right, You can't come in against the Heat playing 6-7 games if they lose this one, right? You can't, and then also not only do they need the rest. I'm talking about like physically, but I'm talking about on his finger or whatever it might be, or like you need the rest on that. You don't want to be coming in having played a 7-game series when Miami's fresh, because we talk about DeRozan getting tired. There's some guys like Jimmy Butler, they just don't stink and get tired. I mean, I know we saw him get tired in the finals.
Yeah.
Like game 6.
He was wore down for sure.
Yeah, game 5 or game 6, right? But this first round, Jimmy's not done yet. He's fresh, so you can't be coming in tired against the Heat. And so this is if you have this kind of talent, and I understand, right? Like a lot of guys, Giannis, we saw him put in like 18 the other night against the Bulls and still roll them by 30 or whatever. And then we saw LeBron do this all the time. He rolls through first round series without really putting up his crazy numbers. But like, there's a difference between resting through the first round because you're going to win and just being off. And James Harden has been off. I mean, at some point, if you're that good and that talented, some of your shots should just fall, and they're just not falling. I know that he's not getting all his calls. And by the way, that's another thing with the Nets too. They're not always getting the calls that that they normally would get in the regular season, and it's showing. But like you can't become reliant on your calls. I don't care who you are, and maybe he has. Maybe him and Embiid have become. Well, I know Embiid's still putting in their work, but maybe he's become reliant on his getting the calls. And if that's the case, then yeah, I'm expecting more of the same from him in the next round, and I feel like the Heat are going to be just fine. I'm sure they have the talent to win a couple games, but I think the Heat should take it in 6 at least. And by the way, I want to say one thing. Walt was saying that this was his best series, and he was saying that before the show, he was hoping it was a sweep. Hey, man, that win was like the best thing to prove your theory. If this was a sweep, this would have been the worst series of all time.
No, he still would have said
the only reason I'm saying it's the best series is because Joel Embiid is out for revenge, man. That's all. So
even if they would have swept, John, he definitely would have said this top 2 series he's ever won.
Yeah, I think I think Philly's in trouble though.
Definitely.
I think they're not careful. They could lose this next one.
Yeah, but I definitely agree with you, John. Like if they don't get it over this next game, it might be tough for them, especially like I said with Embiid's health being up in line. So yeah, they need to get it over with immediately so he can get healed up.
Yeah. So the last, really looking at his stats, Harden's best game has been game 1 and game 4, 22 points. And game 1, he was 22 points, 5 rebounds, 14 assists. He's going to have to do better than 22 points to beat Miami.
22 points and 5 for 17, though. He got most of his points off the
Yes, last night. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And then really his best game efficiency-wise was probably game 2. 14 points, 3 for 9, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He's gonna have to, get in that bag because they're not beating Miami, only scoring 22 points.
Hey, yeah. So let's talk about that Denver real quick because what did I tell you, man? This series isn't over. I know it's technically over, but I was trying to.
What series?
The Denver.
Man, I told you, Jokic was not going to lie down and let it go away, right? And this is what I wanted to see.
They're losing at 5, man.
Okay, that's fine, but I'm saying this is what I wanted to see from him. This is all I was asking. I said, listen, if this is your MVP, I want to see him go out there and score 35 to 45. I know 26. You know what I mean? Like, put your team on your back and go out and score. Because you know what this does? This makes it actually easier for you to get all them assists. You know why? Because if your main guy is dropping 35, 40 points, that means they have to close in on him. And then, boom, now those guys are open instead of sitting there at the top of the key doing his pump fakes, waiting for the right guy to get open. No, man, you ain't a point guard, man. Go to work and then find the open guy if they collapse on you. And he's been great, man, 37 in back-to-back games. This is what I'm saying. Okay, now I see what they're saying with MVP. But if he just went out scoring 25, 25, 25, 25, nah, I'm sorry. I would have yelled for the next 10 videos. Y'all are a joke calling him MVP.
So is Jokic your MVP now after 2 games?
No, but I wanted him to prove that he was an MVP. You know what I mean? I want you to go out and prove you're the most valuable player. That's all. No, Giannis is still the most valuable player in the league. That's not. Come on, man.
Okay, another question.
Who are we kidding, man? Who are we kidding? You taking Jokic over Giannis? No.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm taking Giannis over Jokic for sure. I'm not disagreeing with that. I just want to ask a question because just if y'all was watching the game or not, but Jokic, how the hell did he know what the hell they was gonna do in the last play? Did y'all see that? Like he caught, like you saw how, like
he was shooting at a game.
I'm just saying, how did he know? How did he know?
But you've heard it before.
These guys get it.
You've heard players say, "Yeah, coach told me to be in this spot. It was gonna happen."
No, but it
in the spot.
A lot of these guys, like your LeBrons and your Aaron Rodgers and stuff, like if they hear a call earlier in a game or even 2 games ago, 3 games ago, and they hear it again, these guys remember that call. Now I don't know what happened. I have to go look, but I'm just saying, like,
okay, you put it like that. That's a good point.
I do think that Yeah, I remember Aaron Rodgers talked about a play he'd seen from like 8 years ago, and he saw someone come present that defense to him, and immediately he looked at Devontae and was like, "Let's go over the top." You know what I mean? And he said he saw the play. I don't know. This is what he said. And I take his word for it. I don't know. But so if these kind of guys can do that stuff, then I would imagine he must have seen that play before recently. But yeah, I don't know.
That's facts. The way if you put it like that, that's understandable there. Because I mean, LeBron has been on record to say that he's seen multiple plays before that been ran on him, and he's read it because of the fact that people have ran it on him so many times. So, got you. Appreciate you answering my question.
Hey. Okay,
well, yeah,
I'll let you do the transition. He gave us a perfect transition, but I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah, we're gonna transition right into these Timberwolves. What's going on with these fans, man? John? Would you get the fans, please?
I was gonna say.
Wait. The reason I say that, you be knowing all the stories. Is this another chicken story?
That one I couldn't figure out because like I said, this one had a perfect transition because that security guard knew exactly.
Yeah, he knew.
Exactly
what
that dude was about to do. Talk about how he know. He was like just staring, like, come on, this is my moment. This is my moment to make myself a hero.
But my thing is like
he was staring that play down from like, but he had a cameraman and everything. Because as soon as he tackled the guy, he turned around and was like, hey, there's a gap in the camp, get him too. And they ran up and grabbed him too. And I was like,
I mean, it was sitting next to each other.
But that's I was just confused on why she ran on the court though. Like it just looked like she was chilling watching the game at first.
Was this another lady or was it a guy?
Yeah, it looked like another.
No, it was a lady.
It was another lady. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It just looked like she was chilling watching the game, and then she was just like, F it, I'm about to just run on the court.
But this time we saw it like for real, like where they were sitting. Like we're talking about people paying top dollar to get arrested. Like she's not coming out. You saw where she was sitting, man. She was second row. Then we're talking thousands of dollars, man. You're on the court. Like
I wonder if it was a dare.
What? No, I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't even do nobody like that.
Well, okay, so
I wouldn't dare nobody to do.
There's a lot of people that just do that for a dare, man.
Here's my thoughts: is these ones might have been YouTubers or something. Because, all right, now you got Brickable. Because they were videoing the whole thing and all that, right? The other ones might have just been regular, like people who are actual activists. These ones seem like YouTubing activists or something. I don't know, Twitch streamers, because they were filming it, obviously trying to set the whole thing up like it was going to be a big to-do, and then boom, it was over in like 10 seconds. But
you know what? Not because I was looking at the video earlier. It did look like the other chick did have her camera out, and maybe that's how maybe the security guard know. Maybe they were discussing it at the point.
They must have been talking out loud too loud.
We should, do this for our channel.
That's real, but how sometimes two people looking hella suspicious. Like, what are you doing? So just watching them tonight, like she gonna try to do something before this night is over.
I did think it was funny that the announcers were like, someone could have got hurt. I don't think they were intending to hurt nobody, and I don't think there's no chance of people getting hurt, but except for them, getting themselves hurt, getting tackled maybe on the court.
Yeah, but than her getting, speared to the ground.
I wonder what her plan was, because she ran out and then turned around.
But you know what's funny though? They be hella physical. They hella physical with them too.
That's what I'm saying. He got kind of physical with the whole
thing. Dang, like she stole something.
Yeah, but she turned around like she was gonna make a speech or something. Like, did you see her? She turned around and looked at her cameraman, and then just boom, just flattened her. But so I didn't know what the plan was. I'm interested to hear that whole story. But yeah, it's just crazy to me that these people are paying top dollar for this, right? Because you think if you were have that kind of money, you have some kind of job that would probably frown upon you getting arrested, trespass or something like that. So you might lose your job or something over this. So it's amazing to me that these people are doing this. So that's why I think this one probably YouTuber or something. They don't, they're probably not going to get fired. They'll probably get more views from this or something. But the first two, I have no clue, man. I have no clue.
Yeah. So, I'm good at switching topics. So we're going to switch topics. While we talking about Oakland, what we're talking about fans. Why the Oakland A's fans ain't rushing to their stadium
Jeez.
to watch their games? John,
Jeez.
please give us the backstory on this decline in fandom.
The other night they said 3,748 people showed up. Now, listen, we would appreciate 3,748 people watching our show, but when you are a professional league that's been around since, we're talking about baseball, man. It's been around since before our grandpas were born. So our great grandpas. So they're saying this is the lowest fan base since like the 1980s or something like that. You know what I mean? But so it makes me wonder if the A's are doing this on purpose. I kind of wonder if they're trying to get out of Oakland. We saw the Raiders hold Oakland hostage for the 90s, and then as soon as they got the chance, right, they finally got out to Las Vegas. The Warriors, we saw them win a couple titles and then move straight to San Francisco after winning a couple titles. They're like, all right, peace. So I wonder if just they don't, the fan base there has been snubbed for, by several teams. And now I think they're just, I think I don't think this is the fans saying the product is garbage. I do. It's a large part of that. I think they traded away 3 or 4 all-stars this year alone. So they're pretty much just saying like, we're going to rebuild. But anyway, I'm not even getting into all just how the depth of it. I just want to, it's just amazing to me that like, you could look around a baseball stadium and just see nobody, you know what I mean? Like just rows of just empty seats. It's crazy. It's crazy to see.
Yeah. Speaking of franchises worn out, Deebo Samuel wants out of San Fran. Not like how I did that.
That's right. That's right. Not everyone headed to San Fran. Some people went out.
Athletic A's won out of California. Deebo Samuel wants out of California too. So, man, over the weekend, Deebo was caught liking a photo of himself photoshopped into a Dallas Cowboy jersey. Now, people didn't think too much of it until he scrubbed most of the San Francisco 49er pictures from his Instagram. I guess this is the new thing. So when we break up, I'm going to just delete all the pictures. And what happened?
You ain't got to delete that many.
Look at my Instagram. Stop playing. So, man, it's crazy though.
You sounded so offended.
He did. I tried to keep it going, but you petty for bringing it up. But honestly, I think Deebo is almost in like a Tyreek Hill position. It's like you say you want out now, but do you really want out? Because just because you want out don't always mean you go into a better situation.
Yeah.
So what are you guys' take on it?
I don't know. He did have he was I guess he was in the club facility. They had a sign that said Deebo still wants to play at 49ers, but when they zoomed in on his face, he looked at like I'm not sure. Not sure if I'm going to be here or not, but I'll let you guys have it tonight though. I appreciate the love. That's what the face looked like to me. But I don't know. I just feel like, if he wants out, like you said, it might not be the grass might be greener on the other side. So it's just like I said, depending on what type of situation he wants to go into as well. He said he doesn't want to leave for the money, but he says he doesn't want to leave because he just wants to be a receiver. So like I said, I'm just interested just to see where he's going to go, where he's going to land, what division I should say he's going to land in as well.
Yeah.
So it's it's going to be a toss up. They say they probably won't be doing anything until possibly after the draft. So you're just going to have to sit here and wait on it.
Yeah. So, John, after you answer, I got a question for both of you guys. Go ahead, John.
Yeah. So he apparently told somebody that he never wanted to play on the West Coast. He's an East Coast guy. He wants to be closer to family.
He's a Southern guy.
Yeah, so like no matter what the 49ers present him, right? They can present him with 50 million a year. You get to sit half the season and whatever else. They still can never change where they are. So if that's really a deal breaker for him, then obviously he's moving somewhere.
Yeah.
But I
I
don't
guess
think he's that.
California ain't for everybody.
Yeah, I don't think he's that crazy. I mean, I could see why someone would want out of Green Bay. It's freezing cold. You know what I mean? Like I could see, but California is not like, playing in California ain't, it's not like, oh my goodness, dying in my, so the weather's beautiful. So that I don't, I think he can move past that. But here's the thing that I think is a big deal. And I looked, I was reading, I don't know who put it out, but in his last 11 games he played, 38 catches, 80 rushes. So 80 carries to only 38 catches for 8 rushing touchdowns and 3 receiving. In his first 33 games, he only had 33 rushes, so about 1 rush per game and 149 catches. So this is the big problem with him right now, and he's been very vocal about it, is I don't want to be a running back. I don't know why y'all making me a running back. 80 to 39. Now I know 39 catches is probably like 56 targets or, 6, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, still, man, there's no way he's getting more carries than targets in the last 11 games. And he's like, I'm a receiver. What are you doing? Like, stop doing this. And he said it multiple times, by the way. This isn't the first time. He said it during the season. So I think that's the big issue, is he doesn't trust San Francisco to actually turn him into a receiver. I think he knows that they're going to keep using him like this, and they're, whatever we have to do to win a championship, we will kill our players to do it, and he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I just want to add just one more. I just say I understand, like, he was, saying that he don't want to be a I guess you want to call it a dual threat, but I mean, I won't say I say change it up, but I just say minimize the running back, I should say, because honestly, I mean, it got them that far for a reason. I mean, if you think about it, Debo switching it up like that, I guess, or doing his offense like that, got them how far they got, last year. So, I mean, I'm not saying do that all the time, but I mean, if it's working, why not? But I mean, I get that he don't want to take that much toll on his body, but at the same time, minimize, running back. But I mean, if you could still sneak a couple plays in there, I mean, I still would say, put Debo on the slot or in the running back, because I mean, clearly it worked.
Yeah, very true. But I think he's also looking at, when it comes to signing contract, and like the Le'Veon Bell situation. Le'Veon was like, I'm kind of 2 positions, but I think in Debo's case, he like, I'm not a running back, so don't try to give me running back money. I'm a receiver. That's what I want to do. And then, playing running back, take a lot of hits. He's looking at the long term. Like, if I keep doing this,
He did take a lot of hits last year, though. He did.
I'm not going to be able to cash in when I need to.
He did.
I mean,
I think he's still on like his rookie deal. So, it's
coming into those. Right, and like Walt said, it worked, right? So we understand his case, but we also understand the 49ers, where coming into that 11-game stretch, I believe that they were 3-5 or 4-5, and then they finish out the season like 7-2 or something like that.
They're undefeated.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they went on a roll, and then of course then they win 2 straight to get to the NFC Championship or whatever. So I mean, they, it worked. It did work. So we understand the 49ers situation is like, listen, we know you don't want to do this, but this is what's working. And, so we're in the situation where, like, and so they're both kind of in a situation. So if I'm for San Francisco, I have to keep him. So if that's the case, then I just got to find.
You got to get his mama a crib or something.
I got to develop my running game better or something.
Right next door.
No, but you got to have a better running game where this guy doesn't have to come in and care and do carries for you. What
yeah,
I mean?
But I think too, you also got to
maybe 1 or 2 a game, but he can't be running the ball 8 times a game.
I think you also got to make him feel like he's home. So you got to figure that out. Like, hey, we want to keep you. We want you long term. You got to, they're gonna have to figure out something as far as that running back. Because I can understand them.
Yeah, they got to
What
pay
if
him.
he was nicked up more this past year than ever before? You got 100 carries in damn near 10 games.
That's facts.
That's running back numbers. I guess I don't blame him though, because you don't, you want to be able to cash in when you can. You don't want to be like DeMarco Murray, have one great year, and then they're like, "No, you worn down, bro. We ain't gonna bet on you like that."
Yeah, and I think no receiver wants to turn in. No offense, like this isn't a shot at him at all, but no receiver wants to turn into Cordero Patterson, right? Like
True.
where you just become a now he's literally just a running back. Like they don't even throw the ball to him anymore; they just hand it to him. Like
True.
that is not any receiver's dream. Receivers, they like to get in open space and put moves on and all that stuff. We don't want to be fighting through tackles.
I think is the difference between them. Cordell Patterson don't mind doing it because if you win, you win. Debo like, look, I have a problem with doing it.
I was about to say that's a different type of situation.
Throw me the ball.
Cordell Patterson got to pretty much do it all for Atlanta, especially.
That's what I'm saying. He's cool with that. Debo like, I ain't.
No, most receivers are not cool with that at all.
So, switching again, transitioning to someone that's not cool, getting punched in the face on a plane. And not only punched in the face, you got punched in the face by probably the most dangerous man in boxing history.
Like 20 times too, man. He just let loose on him.
But watching the video,
Tyson still got it.
Man, you saw that against Roy. You see Roy holding that rib cage, and Roy was like, "This is bull."
That's every fighter's dream, to be punching down, right? Just punching. That's why Tyson Fury just dominates, right? Because everybody's.
The problem is, it's like, how would you antagonize somebody?
I was about to say he was antagonizing.
Yeah,
out of Tyson.
Like Mike, and the thing is, Mike is scary now. I can only imagine him in his prime. Like, he's you don't know what's happening. You never know what's gonna happen.
I was about to say Mike is like that pit bull across the street. Like you I'm not gonna go across the street.
Right. And he looked like he bite people in the ass. I'm gonna
leave him alone. So I'm gonna just make sure I walk on the other side of the street.
Like, why would you?
Apparently, Mike had taken a picture with this guy beforehand and was like cool with him and everything, and was taking pictures with several people on the plane up to that point. And then this guy, I don't know if y'all seen the video, but the guy just kept going and going and going, and I'm like.
And this is another thing. Before you keep going, if you have a friend that's not doing something so smart, like bothering a fighter, a boxer, a former UFC fighter, advise him it's not that smart. Don't stop. Leave him alone.
No, the
he's a registered killer.
They got
to record everything now. You feel me? So hey, let's go viral.
Right. He was about 8 to 10. Like after 2 punches, right? If that's your friend, you jump in. Like not to fight.
No,
but
not even before. Bro.
No, but I'm saying if you see your friend get hit once, twice, boom, boom, you instantly, all right, I gotta get my friend down.
No,
these dudes were going for the video. They were going for the video because he was 8-10 punches deep and he's just holding the camera steady, like, come on, man, you got this.
I'm gonna be honest. Not gonna say I'm wrong for this, but if my friend antagonizing Tyson like that, I'm not jumping in. You deserve that shit. I'm sorry.
This is what I'm saying. Sit your dumb ass down. What are you doing? Leave him alone. If the three of us are sitting behind Brock Lesnar, I'm gonna be like, that ain't.
So you don't pull your friend out of that, is what I'm saying.
I stop him before it gets to that point. That's what I'm saying.
But you don't. Okay, but I get that too. But I'm saying.
What did I say? You don't know what he's gonna do?
No, I get that.
Why do you want to find out?
No, I get that. I agree with you. But I'm saying when a guy is 2 punches in and you still haven't pulled your friend out, that's not your friend. Like y'all just in it for the video.
Talking about when Mike was punching on him?
Yeah, when
it's too late.
Bro,
I agree with you.
He was bothering him.
But right, but that's what I'm saying. They were going for the video clearly because he was like 12 punches in and he was still just recording like, you got this, man.
Okay, John, that's what I'm saying. So say if that's your friend, right? You like you said, you 2 punches in, you want to
turn the three of us.
Just listen. Okay, what? It's cool. Okay, say okay, that's fine. All right, say I'm the guy that's antagonizing Mike. And like you said, you're gonna pull him off 2 punches in. Why would you? I don't think Mike is just gonna stop punching me just to let you to grab him to stop punching me. That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't grab Mike. I wouldn't grab Mike. I'd grab my friend and yank his ass out.
So you can get punched too?
That's what I'm saying. If Mike,
that's what I'm saying. First off, if this had happened to me, I would just find a new friend. But what I'm saying, I'm just saying, I think these guys weren't going. I think these guys were trying to provoke Mike, like because the fact that he kept recording after dude had been hit like 10, 12 times, he was clearly trying to set him up. The biggest loser here, I think, is the airline.
In that case, he's not your friend then. If he's setting you up to get your ass kicked,
I agree. That's what I'm saying. As to this point, I don't think they were. I don't think they're real. They might be boys when they're high as a kite, but like, but I mean, outside that, like, I think they're just using each other for views or whatever. I don't know what they were going for. Who knows? But I'll say this: the airline to me is the biggest loser here, man. Like, how long you going to let somebody sit there and just antagonize another one of your riders?
What I'm saying. That's when your friends come in.
No, I'm talking about the airline. All right, I get that. I agree with that. I'm saying the airline, though, at what point do they step in? Like, and do, like, you know what I mean? You can't just let someone sit there and just antagonize another rider for that long, and that, I think they're the biggest losers here.
Did they ever
That's
say
like,
that?
one of y'all talking crazy to Mighty Mouse, I'm be like, hey, he ain't. He not the one. He ain't the one. Leave that alone. I know his ears big, but leave him alone. That is not the smoke you want. And so leave that alone. But we're gonna switch topics. Kyler Murray getting enough help. I don't know about this, guys, because it seemed like you got more than enough help. What you need? You got Zach Ertz. You got DeAndre Hopkins. The second receiver is aging AJ Green, aging. And you didn't lose nobody but Christian Kirk, and you lost Chase Edmonds. But what more you need? Maybe a little younger at a position, but I don't know. Like, what help is he looking for?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's saying like maybe defensive wise, maybe. But yeah, I agree with Nico. Like, it's offense, he got it, but I mean, I'm not sure what exactly Murray might need. I'm not sure if you talk about maybe defense, because I mean, I know they got an agent, Watt. I'm not sure if he's still there or not, but I know they got a few people that's back there that's a little up there in age. But I mean, like I said, offensively though, he's got everything that he possibly might need. So I'm just, I mean, he might be asking for more asking for more that he doesn't need at all, I should say. So
yeah, Arizona probably hit Kyler with Tyrese. What more?
I think the comment came from Patrick Peterson and a few other older Cardinals and stuff, saying that the Cardinals aren't serious about winning and he needs to get out of there. And the thought was that he's not getting any help. But I want to know what. This is why I'm sick of like these. Oh, I deleted you on my Instagram. I liked another photo. Blah blah. No, man up and say how you feel. Say what you think. Say whatever. And I'm sure these talks maybe go on between the in behind the scenes with the team and stuff. But all the time we hear about players be like, no, I haven't talked to the management in like 2 months. Whatever. And it's like, okay, well then this is just childish, and I don't care. Like, I stick up for the players all the time, but like, listen, I know he's not in his prime anymore, but they went and signed J.J. Watt. I think not Chandler Jones. Who am I thinking of? They went and signed another big defense.
Well, they had Chandler Jones, but now he's in Oakland.
Yeah, they but they went out and got him, AJ Green. They went out and got DeAndre Hopkins. Like, they went out and
got Zach Ertz now.
Zach Ertz, thank you, Zach Ertz. So, like, I'm not seeing. I want to know what your actual thoughts are. I'm tired of this. Like, it's funny. Oh, I deleted them all. Okay, cool. I like this random photo. Cool, whatever. Man, just say how you feel. Say what you're thinking. Say what the or else like I don't feel like we on the show here, sure, we talk about it, but like I'm not gonna participate with that stuff. I'm not gonna go on their Instagram and like or laugh at that stuff because I'm like I don't know what you're doing or saying. Like I don't know what's the objective here.
And if you really look at that team with Hopkins, AJ Green, and Zach Ertz, can you name a better trio to throw to?
Yeah, we said that at the end of when we talked about all the teams as they got knocked out in the playoffs. Well, one thing we all said was, "Listen, man, run it back. You were hurt. We get that. That
Right.
happens. Run it back." And so so what's coming out of his camp and his followers and fans and whatever, it sounds like they're upset with the way things were handled. And it's like, I mean, you can't prevent injuries. So what am I missing that you guys are so upset about? I don't understand.
True, 100%. Go ahead. What you got anything else on?
Nah, I was just about to say, yeah, I don't understand what else could he possibly want. Like you said, you got that trio at the receiver spot. I mean, other than like we all say, other than injuries, they were pretty much there. I mean, they were pretty much dominating pretty much the first half of the season. Honestly, I think they didn't lose their first game until like week 12 or week 13, if I'm not mistaken. So
Right. True.
they pretty much had it all. It's just like I said, injuries. They got hit with the injury bug. So
And then you got James Conner still, right? Ain't he still there?
Yeah, James Conner.
Like what?
Um,
Wait, what do you want?
I know that their coach
more
gets a
you
lot of
need?
I know their coach gets a lot of criticism for the way they perform late season. Certain teams perform better at certain times this season. We'll see. Maybe but I mean, I agree. The coach has got to overcome those late slumps, whatever. But I don't know, man. I watched that playoff game, and that wasn't a coaching issue. That was
But let's be honest too.
that was a team that was banged up.
Nick Saban in college. Like, come on, bro. He could barely win at the college level.
I mean,
I agree. And I'm not saying he's a great coach, but
And
I don't.
I still want to know how you lose in college and get upgraded.
But I can't point at him and be like, oh, this is the sole reason they're losing. Like, so maybe Kyler doesn't like the coach. Who knows? I have no clue. I just, this is the thing, man. Like, they're grown men, man. Just say what you're thinking.
Yeah. So I got one more question before we
Wait,
go.
Walt, you had something?
Oh no, I just wanted to say, I mean, I agree. Yeah, like just talk it out, try to get it out, everything on the table, honestly. So,
And the funny thing is, they got the same agent. So you got to talk eventually.
and that's another thing. And we can't forget that Kyler Murray is still young too. So I mean, of course, he's still gonna make mistakes as well. So I mean, It's not like he's been in the league. I think he's only been in the league two years now, 2-3 years.
I think this is his third.
So I mean, junior year, still learning. So
that's something I was thinking about this week with the NBA was like I listened to, what I'm not gonna say names, but I listened to like these talk things or whatever, and they're criticizing the way the Timberwolves blew a lead and this team over here blew a lead and whatever. But like that's the thing with the NBA right now is the best players are the young players. So these things are gonna happen, but the young players right now are the most fun players to watch. The Brandon Ingrams, the Tatums, the Jaylen Browns, the Anthony Edwards. I mean, right now, the only guy, not only I'm sure I'll think of one in a second, but the only guy I'm thinking of right now that's putting it on every game is Chris Paul.
Tatum. Oh,
you talking about?
I'm talking about the old guys. You know what I mean? Like
it was LeBron until they
when we were kids, man, it was Kobe and Gasol and Garnett and Allen. It was the old guys still winning and all that stuff. But right now we're in this situation where it's not the old guys tearing up the league. It's the young guys. So they're going to make a bunch of young guy mistakes. But
more advanced back then too.
I'm not surprised to see like them blow big leads because listen, they went on big runs and then they blew big. That happens with young guys. So I think the NBA is in good hands right now.
So let me ask you guys this: just a one-word answer. If Deebo Samuels is out of San Fran, what do you think the best spot would be for him? Who do you think has the cachet to grab?
Kansas City.
Yeah, I say Kansas City.
Second Green Bay, but Kansas City. I know that the Jets are number one. I was looking at the betting odds right now. The Jets are number one.
They got a lot of draft picks.
Yeah, they got their number one to get him, like on the betting odds. But if he goes to the Jets, man, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Like I really am.
That'd just be a waste of him talent, honestly.
I ain't gonna lie. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm trying to figure out how to get him there, because you can never have enough receivers to throw to. Maybe put them in some other packages, and whatever you gotta do as far as them draft picks, 2 first, 2 second. You need it. You just let go of Amari. Now, for me, it wouldn't make sense to get Amari, to let go of Amari just to get another $20 million receiver. But I guess that's why we don't make the big decisions.
Yeah, Cowboys would be a great landing spot for him, man. Like play with dude, that would be so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Sure, not Green Bay. No, I'm just playing.
Well,
who wants to play in Green Bay though, man?
It's just cold, man.
It's freaking cold.
Like even with Cleveland, it's gonna be an adjustment for Deshaun going from a dome to Cleveland, and then even in your division, you play in Baltimore.
That's why you got to get that work in early. Get that work in early, man. Take it back.
They said Cincinnati was the first team to make the Super Bowl that played in an outdoor facility like all year, like they practice outdoor, all that stuff. Like they never played indoor. I'm like, geez, that sounds terrible.
Yeah. It can't nothing prepare you for no damn Chicago winner, Ohio winner.
Man, take it back to the Belichick days. Put the football in the freezer.
Cut the
You gonna practice outside in the snow every day.
That ball is still gonna be hard as a rock, no matter how you.
Right, we hear about these stories all the time. Like, before the Bears-Colts Super Bowl, Peyton Manning soaked he knew it was gonna be raining, so he soaked all the balls beforehand. So they were, he was throwing wet balls up. I'm like, yeah, he still had a terrible game. Like, the weather's like the weather sucks no matter what, man. Like, it's not. You can try all the tricks you want, man. The weather sucks. It just sucks.
Weather's always gonna win. It's always
like look, we had a 2-time MVP just go down to the 49ers like 7-10 or something like that
because he was at home
because the weather sucked, man. Like it just right. Like
he was at home. Yeah, it ain't
weather's weather, man. It sucks no matter who you are. I don't care. I know those people out there like, I walk out with my shorts on and below freezing. Like, yeah, all right. Sure, you do it like to the mailbox, maybe. Like you ain't going to work like that, but whatever.
All right, y'all.
Hey, actually, you know what? We talked about this. Hang on, one last thing. We talked about this last show. We talked about this last show. that guy who just won't shut up when he's getting punched. That's what the Mike Tyson thing was.
He's still on that, huh?
He just kept getting punched, and he just didn't.
He won a round last night. He won a round. He won round 4 last.
I'm done. No rounds. Well, folks, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight, joining us live. It's your boy Big Watt, of course, the face, light skin. My boy Suave, looking suave. I don't know. I just added on the extra, whatever. I don't care. My boy Suave looking smooth as usual.
Hey, that boy got a good comb over. I see that, bro.
My boy John St. Pierre, he do got the Johnny Bravo going over there. The coldest white boy I know, man. Hey, we love y'all. Keep on telling people about us, our 32 subscribers. We appreciate y'all. Keep on commenting because we looking. I know I'm looking now. So if y'all think we wrong, tell us we wrong. And then I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm going to still say I'm right. No, just playing. Hey, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Real Deal Sports. We out.
Later.